Um, but yeah, in a small micro in the micro influencer world, you're essentially you go B2C all day, B2C all day, like I do with Microgym University or my calls, or you might do it with nutritional coaching and what you do. Let me ask you this: as you've converted and you've kind of like you know full time job went bye bye, you went all in on your coaching online. What was the hardest? Have you hit where you want to be in your business of Dave Hurd, the business of it, like the actual LLC, money in the bank, all that? What are the things that are still on your to-do list, or what are the things you still need to capitalize to get it to where you want to be? Because when you leave corporate America, like I did at some point, I left the global gym
Yeah,
world.
sure.
I'm like, I'm doing this. I got fired too, just like you. But I was like, okay, I'm going to accomplish this. Where are you on that journey?
Uh, well, it depends on the time frame that you're talking about, because I certainly have aspirations for certain things. 5, 10 years out, I'm that kind of person. But like, no, I'm not where I want to be, even in the current frame of reference, because I've made some mistakes in scaling. I've let some other things distract me,
Like what?
like in terms of, so I'm talking about the coaching business, right? In terms of the coaching business, I've let the podcast distract me. I've let First Form distract me. I've let real estate investing distract me. So every single one of them are revenue streams, right? I think I've spread myself too thin on looking at 6 different things versus going all in on one thing.
You're a Swiss Army knife versus a pocket knife.
Yeah, and I've always been that kind of person, which is weird because I'm an obsessive, addictive personality, so I get obsessed with things, but I think part of it is because I want the security of having multiple endeavors, but I think you can do that to a fault, to where you don't go in enough on any given endeavor. I mean, so now my number one endeavor is the podcast. I'm still coaching. I have a core number of clients that I will always work with. I love. I'm not focused on trying to grow that as much as I am the podcast right now, because I see the podcast as being an opportunity to spread a very important message that we need right now. And that's, the message of embracing traditional masculine traits in young men across America and beyond, and talking to a lot of these guys who exhibit that. And we've gotten a great response to it. And so I want to really push that. And that's why we're building the studio and everything. But no, as far as the coaching goes, I haven't done as much as I had originally envisioned with it, because I've pursued other endeavors. And I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but I do know that it's a trait of mine that I try to dial back, because I get that like shiny object syndrome where, oh, real estate investing, let's own bars, let's do a fitness vlog, let's coach people, let's fucking do a podcast, let's do this. And I need to really double down on being the best at one thing.
Is your nutrition coaching one to many or one to one?
It's one to one.
One to one,
Yeah.
which obviously isn't scalable at a certain point,
Correct.
right?
And I always knew it wasn't scalable. So I was always thinking in terms of, okay, maybe writing plans that are very affordable that people can buy, ebooks, etc. So that was my scalability route in that realm. But then I just sort of unexpectedly started this podcast, and it fucking, like really, really took off in my eyes. I'd never done anything that got 22,000 views, and so I've been really doubling down on that because I enjoy it. Like, I really fucking love sitting down and just talking to interesting people. So I still obviously take care of my current clients and make sure everybody's good, but I'm not actively seeking new clients, and I'm not actively pursuing developing any sort of like ebooks or scalable products in the coaching realm. I'll always have that, and I'll always have that as a possibility. And I see the podcast as potentially a way to reach a bunch of people and then throw a right hook and say, hey, I've developed this product. Here's what it is. But yeah, the scalability was always a limiting factor with coaching in my eyes anyway, because I just do one-to-one, like handwritten plan, like very bespoke, I guess you would say, or custom. So that's kind of where I am with all of that stuff now. So again, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but